The Alaska Sports Channel Game of the Week. The West Anchorage Eagles. The Wasilla Warriors. Only on the Alaska Sports Channel. Final score. Only on the Alaska Sports Channel. With Keaton Homer, Skip Hurst, and Heath Day. Stay informed with all local sports action. Final score. Only on the Alaska Sports Channel.
Welcome to Final Score, Alaska's premier sports talk program. Skip Hurst, Heath Day, Keaton Homer taking you through sports in Alaska.
Yes, we are.
It's a beautiful thing.
We're going to start things off with an interview, though.
We are.
Coaching legend, Duncan Shackelford, in his last year. He's been a head coach here in the state of Alaska for a couple of decades now, and this is his last year as a head football coach. So we have a chance to sit down and talk with him and pick his brain, what he thinks about this upcoming season, what he thinks about his last year at Chugiak High School.
Powerhouse.
Here with head coach Duncan Shackelford. Coach, we've known each other for a long time. Played for you for a couple of years. Now coaching for you. 20 plus years as a high school football coach.
Yeah.
Now it's the last one. How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on this last season?
Well, I'm anxious for Saturday. It was like I forget what I was talking about the other day, and I said, I'm not melancholy. It's time for me to, do something else. And I've been very, very fortunate in this business to have gone a lot of places and seen a lot of people, met a lot of people, and it's been a really good road.
When you came here 10 years ago, what were your goals for this program? I mean, this was a team that, before you got here had a lot of history and won some state titles, and you came here and you inherited a team that went to the playoffs the previous year. Actually, 2 years ago, before you got there, they made the state title game against Bartlett. And what were your goals coming in when you got here 10 years ago?
I guess every coach would like to say, I'd like to be in the state championship game every year. I think that's how you prep and how you mentally prepare for the game. My goal is always to put a good product on the field. And, and then, we've had some things that have happened here, but I'm not really one for blaming that. I mean, I'd still like to have the numbers of one Eagle River school, so we could be really competitive, I think, and in the Cook-Inlet Conference, but life goes on, and so once again, you try to put the best product you can on the field. One of my mantras has always been about teaching kids that football is a great game, but there's so many other things in life. There's being good citizens and being a part of the community and having having those kind of goals that I think these days kids need now more than ever.
Program just got a whole bunch of brand new helmets. Talk about the fundraising program that went into that to get you in the best gear possible for this program.
Absolutely. I'm very fortunate to have a great booster club here at Chugiak, and some of the young ladies talked to me about putting a program together called Adopt a Helmet program, and Teresa Oldenkamp just kind of ran with this one, and basically we went out to all the businesses and individual parents and people that were just interested in helping, and raised on the average with shipping and everything, one of the new, we bought the Revolution 360, which is the latest and greatest helmet that Rydell makes, and we got 70 of them, and I think we have a few more coming on the way. Absolutely, I was hoping to get 25 or 30, and suddenly boxes just started showing up, and it was just awesome. Teresa and the people that helped her out putting that together just did an amazing job. Our goal is to fit every freshman, every sophomore, every junior, every senior with the best pads we can get. We spent a total last year of about $25,000. And, we did a lot of hard fundraising, but it went into brand new shoulder pads and all the best protective equipment we could get for the kids. So, it always seems like, I remember back, the old JVC team stories, you got what was left.
Yep.
The varsity got the best and because they hit the hardest and all this. And, if I got a freshman boy playing high school football, I want him in the best gear I can get him in. Just because my son's a freshman shouldn't mean that, he should not have the best.
Right. All right, well, let's talk about this season. First game Saturday, West Valley, here at Chugiak High School, 3 o'clock. And the team last year, you went up to West Valley. We ended up losing that game, sadly enough. But you felt like you should have won it. And what are you guys doing differently to prepare for this go-around?
Well, once again, I have a great staff. They prep well, and it's really tough. We haven't had a chance to see them. I know they probably have had a chance to see us. Last week they were supposed to have their the same thing. We have our Mustangs Stampede. They were supposed to have their get together up there, and because of fire and smoke, they weren't able to have it. So I don't know. They have a new coach, their head coach from last year, fantastic young man who I thought was just doing a great job with their team, decided to go another direction, and so he's not there, and I believe it was our offensive coordinator that took over. And so I don't know if he's going to change some scheme this year or get away. They were kind of an I veer, split back veer team, and with some very talented young men back there. And so I don't know if he's going to be doing the same thing or whether he is going to throw the ball around or what else they're going to do. But so it's kind of this week, we kind of preparing for everything. So.
Well, you have got a lot of guys returning. I mean, you have a starting quarterback from returning and a lot of tailbacks, a good chunk of the offensive line coming back. What do you envision this season being like for Chugiak?
Health. We're 30 kids, and I know there's other teams with 30, but we're not blessed with 12, 13, 14 offensive linemen, and I don't. That's where your money's made. You can have the best running backs in the league, but if you don't have somebody up front pushing around making holes, it really doesn't matter. We've got to stay healthy up front, and it's tough. These guys take 75, 80 hits a game, and it's not like they get to go and do offensive line, then take a break because somebody else is doing defensive line. They're doing both, probably special teams too, and everything else. So they don't walk off the field. We have to be in better shape than everybody else. We had a great winter conditioning this year. Kids bought into a brand new program. They're healthy. I think they're in better shape this year than they have probably been in maybe my whole time that I've been at Chugiak. We don't have walking wounded. We got kids playing hard. So I like that. That to me is, obviously we'll be testing on Saturday, but I feel like conditioning-wise, we're a little better along than we were last year.
So we got Coach Shaq's perspective. What do you think is going to happen in Chugiak this year, Mr. Assistant? Soon to be head coach, maybe.
I'm not going to be the head coach of the football team.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll make it known. If you haven't known, I coach football at Chugiak High School, so I'm not trying to be biased.
What?
Yeah, I know. I know you're surprised.
I didn't know that.
I know you're
Did you
surprised.
guys know?
Look. What do
Our
we talk
producer's
about?
going,
What do we talk about off camera?
Oh.
Off camera, yeah.
Off camera.
We'll save that for a later date and time. But I think Chugiak will have a successful season, more successful than the 2-win season a year ago. I'll put it that way.
Oh,
and I
okay.
think they're going to go.
Them in Bartlett.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go but up.
Hey, well, you could go down, but that'd be tough for us to do, But anyway, they'll have a successful football season. We will have a successful football season this year. I'll put it that way. Nothing too
Awesome.
lavender, Lavender.
Nothing to
Lavish.
I thought you
Lavish.
said lavender.
Lavender.
Did you say nothing
I
too
can't-
lavender?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't like that color either.
When we come back,
Thank you.
we're done talking football. We're moving on to UAA. Stay with us.
The biggest name in Christian music is coming to Anchorage. Mercy Me. Live for one show only, November 1st at the Anchorage Baptist Temple Auditorium. Alaska Z 93.7 Everybody Station and KATB Life-Changing Radio present Dove Award-winning and Grammy-nominated Mercy Me. For ticket information, call 222-4826 or visit everybodystation.com.
The McDonald Center in Eagle River is one of the best indoor sports and exhibit arenas in the state of Alaska. The MAC is one of only a handful of arenas in the state to feature an Olympic-size ice rink. The MAC Center even has programs to teach kids the basics of skating, and if you're looking to improve your hockey game, the MAC has programs to help improve your skills on the ice. Their new indoor turf is perfect for indoor soccer leagues. For more information about the McDonald Center and times of their programs, check them out online at mcdonaldcenter.net. See you at the MAC.
The Alaska Sports Channel Game of the Week. The West Anchorage Eagles. The Wasilla Warriors. Only on the Alaska Sports Channel.
Need a positive change in your life? Big dreams come true for Kenai Peninsula College students every day. And now, for the first time, KPC can offer students the opportunity to live on campus. KPC's new Residence Life program is not just about having a place to sleep and study. Live, learn, and make lifelong friends in KPC's new residence hall. Classes are filling faster every semester. Find your place at KPC.
The Alaska Sports Channel. We've got Alaska sports covered. UAA Seawolf men's basketball. UAA Seawolf women's basketball. UAA Seawolf volleyball. High school football. High school basketball. High school hockey. Alaska's only TV sports talk program, Final Score, and a lot more. All a part of the Alaska Sports Channel. We have Alaska sports covered.
Welcome back to Final Score, Alaska's premier sports talk program. Skip Hurst, Keaton Homer, Heath Day, taking you through sports in Alaska. We don't just talk football here. We cover college sports as well, and UAA volleyball season is coming up very quickly. Had an opportunity, Keaton and I, to sit down with Coach Green and kind of pick his brain on, you know, the changes that are coming across for UAA volleyball. And I know you're a huge volleyball fan, but before I talk to you, I'm going to jump over
Like those
Keaton.
shorts.
I'm going to jump over to Keaton. There are quite a few changes that are taking place UAA volleyball. There's the best players that UAA's had for a long time. Seniors graduated last year. There's a lot of new faces.
Yeah, Nikki Viato gone. Kimia Giuffridi, their record, she holds a lot of records at UAA during her career there in the past couple of seasons. So they lose two key seniors from a leadership standpoint and also a production standpoint. But they have a lot of young players coming in and a lot of new faces coming into the program that will keep them right in that middle of the pack in the GNAC conference, if not the upper echelon. You have to definitely be excited about the young players such as a Caitlin Zanders coming in after her outstanding freshman year a year ago, Julia Mackey, Brianne Sitnick as well. So UAA has a lot of talent coming in, and Chris Green and Nikki Rose, the assistant coach, have done a great job recruiting and getting pieces that were missing from last year's squad and filling those voids, and they will be a team to be reckoned with in the GNAC conference in the volleyball season.
I'm gonna happily agree with you because they're freshmen from last year. They were a really young team last year. Had a lot of freshmen, a couple sophomore, and then of course the seniors that we mentioned just a few moments ago. But they had a wonderful season last year. Considering the fact that they were so young, they still had a lot of talent. And I was really surprised. I think their biggest struggle was trying to close out the games. They would start off strong, kind of fall short a little bit, and then have to come back as well.
Well, also not playing well on the road. They were a great home team. I believe they only lost 2 matches at home last year. They were 10-2 at home, but when they went on the road, they were something like 5-5 or 6-6. They played 500, and they have to improve on the road. And Chris Green talked about when we talked to him a couple of weeks ago, being more consistent. They have to be more consistent in not only the matches, but throughout the whole season. So look for consistency to be a big part of their game plan. Try to find a way that they can be that more consistent team throughout the season. That's such a roller coaster team.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna let you have an opportunity to vent.
I think he's good.
He's good. He's like, I'm good.
Deep breath.
I really want to encourage you, UAA volleyball, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch them play in past seasons, you definitely want to step up and take the opportunity to come in and watch them play. They're at the Wells Fargo Sports Complex. I'm trying to remember. They've got a tournament coming up here. The Spring Hill Suites is coming up at the
towards the
beginning
end
of
of
September. It's September 5th, 6th, and 7th, actually. Yeah. They've got that Spring Hill Suites coming up. Going to be some great teams coming, and you'll really be able to watch some UAA volleyball.
Yeah, so season's coming around fast. UAA's sports season picking up quick here in the next couple of months.
Yeah, it is. This is the time of the year where we're just constantly busy. High school football, UAA volleyball, then we got basketball coming up with both college and high school, hockey, everything else. It's a great time. It's your favorite time of the year.
It is.
At the end of the day, you can't fool people. Nothing sells like the truth. From our fresh pack sauce, to our fresh veggies, to our 100% fresh dough, never frozen. At Papa John's, we believe fresh is better. Nobody does what Papa John's does.
And now it's 2 for Tuesday. Buy any pizza at regular menu price. Get the second one free. To order online, go to papajohns.com and enter promo code Alaska.
Everything's better when Papa's in the house. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
For over 30 years, Sweeney's has been your one-stop shop for all your favorite workwear. Boots, shoes, and outdoor wear. Extra Tough, Red Wing, Wolverine, Keen. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find exactly what you're looking for. You'll be impressed with their extensive collection. Jeans from Dickie, Levi, and Lee. Apparel from Pendleton, Helly Hansen, and Columbia. Located on the Kenai Spur Highway. Sweeney, the place you go for brands you know.
Have the appetite of a major leaguer? Go where the Alaskans go for their game. Buckets in Soldotna. Always a home run. Buckets serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Stop on by to enjoy a juicy wild game burger, a bases-loaded baked potato, or a halibut with flavor that knocks it out of the park. Whether you're watching the game on one of their many big screens or talking about how your team won or lost, Buckets is your home for all-star food and major league fun. Check out Buckets in Soldotna on the web at bucketsportsgrill.com.
Need a positive change in your life? Big dreams come true for Kenai Peninsula College students every day. And now, for the first time, KPC can offer students the opportunity to live on campus. KPC's new Residence Life program is not just about having a place to sleep and study. Live, learn, and make lifelong friends in KPC's new residence hall. Classes are filling faster every semester. Find your place at KPC.
The biggest name in Christian music is coming to Anchorage. Mercy Me. Live for one show only, November 1st at the Anchorage Baptist Temple Auditorium. Alaska's Z 93.7 Everybody Station and KATB life-changing radio present Dove Award-winning and Grammy-nominated Mercy Me. For ticket information, call 222-4826 or visit everybodystation.com.
The Alaska Sports Channel Game of the Week. The West Anchorage Eagles. The Wasilla Warriors. only on the Alaska Sports Channel.
Welcome back to Final Score, Alaska's premier sports talk program. Skip Hurst, Keaton Homer, Heath Day taking you through all of Alaska sports, covering UAA athletics. As most of you know, we have a brand new head coach for our hockey program, and coming out of a struggle of a season last year. I believe they were overall 4-26 in the WCHL. They were 2-20 and 6. So really struggling a lot last season, previous season. I know UAA is hoping that having a new head coach is really going to turn them around. Maybe. Do you not agree?
Struggling is putting it very, very mildly.
Well,
I mean, 2-20. It doesn't matter what sports you're playing. 2-20. That's a long, rough season. And you throw in the fact of what has happened in the off season. Last year we sat here, kind of in the similar time frame, talking about UAA women's basketball. New head coach coming in, the things that had happened in the way that Coach Moser left girls basketball, and just really the uncertainty. And what we saw this year was that the women's basketball team, they weren't at the top level like they were the year before, but it was a rebound year for the program. And I think that's the biggest thing that new head coach Matt Thomas has in front of him is rebounding the program as a whole. Nobody, I think, expects them to come out and be, to win the conference or to go to the Frozen Four this year, but everybody is looking to see something change within the program. A rebound that needs to happen. As public as this whole scenario and everything that went down was, and the fact there's still not a new AD hired, there's just a lot of question marks, and there's so much uncertainty within the athletic department at UAA that this is a key position from a program standpoint. Not just wins and losses. It translates so much bigger than what their record is at the end of this year. If they go 2-20 this year, you may or may not at the end go, we need a new coach. Or this was horrible. Because that's not really what it's about as much this year. Yeah, it's important, but that's not the most important piece.
Well, and I think a lot of the frustrations for UAA hockey fans is the fact that we have 2 Division I teams for UAA. There's gymnastics, and then we have hockey. Those are our Division I teams, because even our men's basketball and our women's basketball, they're Division II. And while we spend a lot of time focusing on them because, they do well for being Division II, Division I hockey. I know a lot of fans feel like we should probably be spending more time focusing on hockey as our Division I program.
Well, I know there's a lot of high school hockey talent in the state of Alaska. And many of those players end up leaving, going to Minnesota, North Dakota, the big-time hockey programs that spend a lot of time in hockey. In North Dakota, you take a look at the University of North Dakota and their facilities, the Ralph Engelstad Arena. It is one of the best sports facilities in the nation for hockey. Same can be said for the University of Minnesota and Wisconsin. You take a look at the big-time programs, and here's UAA. Although it's Division I, it's Division I on a smaller level. Right. And I think fans need to somewhat realize that. Are we going to compete with the University of Wisconsin, the University of North Dakota, Minnesota, St. Cloud State, the bigger schools year in and year out? Maybe we'll give them a run for their money every once in a while, but you know what? We aren't them. And I think fans need to get a better feel of the identity of what this team actually is. And if they start to see an improvement, maybe win-loss wise, but like Heath was talking about, just a change in the attitude with Coach Thompson coming aboard, and it just something different about this team, because in the past decade they've been futile, and I think the attitude of the team, not to take anything away against Coach Chugiak and what he did there in the previous years, I think it just seemed down. It was in a lull. He just didn't bring an aura to that team that kids wanted to go there and play, and maybe Coach Thompson being there can help keep some kids, maybe that new face. Hey, maybe I want to go there and play and check out the University of Alaska Anchorage and kind of, keep some of that talent here in Alaska and maybe compete with some of the bigger name schools out there in Division I hockey.
I know we definitely want to keep our home talent in home. Oh, yeah. There's no reason why Alaska should not have probably the best hockey program in the country. We're Alaska. What else are we going to do here? Play basketball, play hockey.
Probably the best. Well, There is a huge difference, though, as Keaton, you hinted on it. The difference between a true Division I school and a Division II school that has a couple of Division I sports. The holistic university is very different. You go to a place like Wisconsin or somewhere like that, not only is there hockey Division I, but like it or not, their Division I football program drives so much of what else happens at the school. The reason the facilities at the University of Wisconsin are nicer is, one, they are a Division I school across the board, but two, their football team's been a little bit successful. And that brings in the money to do a lot of other things for your other sports programs. It drives a lot of what else happens in the university, as well as the fact that when it's not hockey season or whatever the sport may be, let's go to watch college football. And when you're at a major Division I school where they have that and it's the whole atmosphere and the whole environment, that's really hard to recruit against when you're coming from a Division II school who doesn't even have football. Not that football is the be-all end-all, but it is a huge money generator. So from that standpoint, there is a big difference in the perception of, yes, it's Division I, but it's not quite Division I like the benefits the other Division I schools have. Now, does that mean that they shouldn't be as talented or shouldn't be able to compete? No. It just means that there's a much bigger challenge for the head coach to recruit kids to a Division II school that has a Division I program versus the other way around. Like I said, when everything is Division I, it just brings more to entice kids to come and to be a part of.
Well, I mean, hopefully they can work things out, Coach Thomas, and hopefully he can turn the program around. Because I really do believe that him coming in, a fresh face, fresh ideas. Hopefully we're going to get a new AD as well that will hopefully
I think we're going to get a new AD at some point.
I mean, we're obviously going to get a new AD because we have interim right now. So hopefully their focus will be all around as well, and UAA athletics will build back up.
Well, I'll put it like this: UAA made the jump to Division I hockey, I believe, somewhere 2000, 2001. When there was a Division II hockey division, UAA was dominant in the Division II arena. And we discussed this yesterday kind of in high school football, the divisions and how saturated it's getting. And now, UAA said, hey, you know what? I think we can play with the big boys. And so far, it hasn't played out like that. So that's...
Well, new coach, because we've had Chugiak since then.
Right.
And so we've got a new coach coming in now. And it is going to be interesting. That AD, whoever that athletic director is that they hire, is going to have a huge influence on this because they control and have input into all of the sports across the board. Like I was just talking about how the athletic department is a department within itself at the school. And so for all those sports teams, how well the men's basketball or the women's basketball or the hockey or the track, all those teams are going to be under the influence of that one individual who directly works with the coaches and with each of the players, knows them on a personal level. So that person's going to be key. And the sooner that UAA nails that person down and we know who that is, then the process of healing and of regrowing the hockey program in particular can start to happen. But right now there's just so much uncertainty that it's really making it hard to build any sort of foundation because you just don't know what's going to happen and what's going to change. So.
All right. Well, stay tuned tomorrow, actually same time at 7 o'clock. We'll be coming back to you, talking to you about the UAA men's and women's basketball teams and taking a look, hopefully, at their new Alaska Airlines Arena, which is supposed to be opening in August of 2014. For Keaton Homer and Heath Day, I am Skip Hurst signing off for you tonight. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
The McDonald Center in Eagle River is one of the best indoor sports and exhibit arenas in the state of Alaska. The MAC is one of only a handful of arenas in the state to feature an Olympic-size ice rink. The MAC Center even has programs to teach kids the basics of skating, and if you're looking to improve your hockey game, the MAC has programs to help improve your skills on the ice. Their new indoor turf is perfect for indoor soccer leagues. For more information about the McDonald Center and times of their programs, check them out online at mcdonaldcenter.net. See you at the MAC.
Have the appetite of a major leaguer? Go where the Alaskans go for their game. Buckets in Soldotna. Always a home run. Buckets serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Stop on by to enjoy a juicy wild game burger, a bases-loaded baked potato, or a halibut with flavor that knocks it out of the park. Whether you're watching the game on one of their many big screens or talking about how your team won or lost, Buckets is your home for all-star food and major league fun. Check out Buckets in Soldotna on the web at bucketsportsgrill.com.
Alaska.